when do we really use most of this? Honestly, I cannot tell you when last time I used allosteric or anything in chemistry to do with my job. In most places, we have a cookie-cutter education in which we are subjected to standardized tests that rank how well our schools are doing. However, few people realize that there is definitely an underlying problem with our school systems, and that's when morals, values, and ethics come into play. More and more, the school system faces problems regarding detention, dropouts, and such. We see that with an increase in moral education, probably these things would cease. However, sources and educators such as Hunter Gurney, Charles Kenner, the State University, and Mel Nolley all agree that with increased curriculum and moral education, things will definitely change. It's definitely something that is needed. It definitely needs to be done in the school system. And it's definitely ways to go about doing it. In order to conceive any notion of what needs to be changed or added in the public school system, or any institution in general, there has to be a significant need for it. In schools, we see the evident need for character and moral development in schools because of the increase of dropouts, violence, delinquencies, all display characteristics that can unfortunately follow later in life. And because of the No Child Left Behind law, leaving more emphasis on standardized tests telling where you stand and how well you are in that teaching, things have actually been going downhill. Charles D. Payne, in an article featuring character education, quoted Thomas Stephen Kona, who said moral education is not a new idea. It is in fact an old education itself all over the world. Education has two great goals: to help young people become smart and help them become good. There are several things that can be learned from moral education. Those include the 6 pillars, which are trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Also, leadership, socialization, and many more good characteristics that actually will come to benefit later in life and in the workforce. There's obviously an underlying need for moral education to be integrated in the various regions of America. Schools are the ideal place to instill these messages because it is a known fact, and studies show, that each week most youth only spend 33 minutes of meaningful conversation with their parents. That equals out to at least 33 and a half hours a year. However, they spend over 900 hours a year in school, being a big place of their inspiration and learning. In Brittany Hunter's academic instructor, they said that in case that parents do not teach properly moral teachings to their children, it can fail. Perhaps and if they fail, they are the only barrier between students and potentially life-devastating decisions. We see more and more cases where violence in schools and Columbine and all that stuff, that if moral education had possibly been part of the curriculum or even brought up more, those things could have been avoided. In order to see the need for it, it's imperative to know how school systems will be able to effectively implement a moral education program and curriculum. After all, it's one thing to say why something is needed. However, it brings the concept and validity to life to say how we must go about it. There are definitely different methods that can go about teaching moral education. And the first thing to note is that it's definitely not about religion. Moral education and values are something that is worldwide and definitely transpires regardless of your religion. You don't need to be Christian or Jewish or even teach those things in order to teach values and morals. It's something that each society deems acceptable and is definitely brought up. There is a mentorship program in which members of the community come in and they offer a point of inspiration and guidance to students and also help build their character. Community service also helps boost children's self-esteem, helps them help others and learn how to be better for themselves. And then with the lesson plans. By using an infusion approach, teachers will be able to take the lessons that they're already teaching, however, incorporate and use that as a tool to teach better character development and moral education. Some books that might be useful for the high school level are To Kill a Mockingbird and in the lower grades, even the Giving Tree or anything by Dr. Seuss can seem useful. Society and the future of youth is currently a major concern in America. There has been numerous debate as to what can be done to rectify the situation. However, it seems that the only way to ensure productive and happy members of society is by instilling moral and character development through the curriculum. It is definitely something that is needed in society. It's definitely something that can be administered through school and needs to be done so. And we definitely have the tools that are able to do it. It was Aristotle that said, and then reiterated again in Mel Nadi's report in Educational Leadership, the habits that we learn from childhood make no small difference, but rather they make all the difference. Thus, the curriculum in school needs to be a point of focus in which we now teach more and moral education, because it's actually something the majority of the population that we need and will definitely help benefit society. Any questions?
Do you have an interest in public education?
Not necessarily. I have an interest in kind of, I have like a personal tie with some things about this, like education that made me kind of interested in this because my own experiences in high school.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of think that maybe if they had put more emphasis on character development, you know, things would have been different and better for everyone.
As far as instructors for moral character development, do you need a special certification? How do you plan on implementing it? Can you talk about implementing it? I mean, is there going to be any sort of associated financial costs? Because I know our school systems right now are completely...
No, you know what, it's just, you know, there's so many resources out there that you don't have to pay for, and it's even with, when you go to college to become a teacher, that you are taught, okay, well, this is the lessons that you can draw from these. So it's not really a matter of having to finance something, it's just finding resources that you can use and be able to say, like, even like with books or like certain lessons or certain things that happen, how it's ethically sound and moral.
Would a cookie cutter way of teaching that be better because different societies in the U.S. have different morals? It's effective.
I think that if we would go to the cookie cutter of teaching the morals, is that what you're asking? Like, that would be better. But right now, we're just so focused on standardized testing and making sure that they're held up in time or making sure that they can use their funding, that things kind of get pushed off the sidelines. Also, because now we see more that teachers are hesitant to discipline students or even say certain things, that everything just has to kind of fall into the lines and nothing in the middle of the gray area. So if we would put the cookie cutter into being able to be objective and teaching moral education, then that would work. And this method kind of being the opposite of what's doing that. Yes.
Do you need a college degree to become a teacher, or just like $10 course or something?
Yes, you need a college degree to be a teacher, yes.